again YouTube, Mad Dog here. Welcome back to my channel. So another instalment of my Bergen content. This time we're going to go inside of the Bergen, take a look of what I carry inside of that thing. So let's pop it open and have a look. So we'll open the lid, and before we get into it, I don't know if this will pick up or not, but inside the lid there is another compartment, another zipper compartment. In there I carry my emergency distress signalling kit, which I'll cover I guess in another episode, and we'll go into that in more detail another time. But for today we're going to go inside, so let's take the ziplock string, drawstring, and open that up. As you can see, the waterproof line in there. Let's fold this back. So hopefully you can see the top of the content. Straight away you can see the sponge matting, the bedding roll, you know, for underneath your sleeping bag. I carry that at the back of the bag, just doubled up, and that helps with a little bit of extra protection on your back. So if you've got any lumpy items in there, it's not bashing constantly against your kidneys, etc. Offers a little bit extra protection, that's why I carry it in that position. So you can probably see these two poles sticking up. These are Webtex extendable tent poles. Bit of a cork on there just to protect my bag. And basically these poles, you just extend up and clamp into position. If I can get this somewhere near, like that. And they are then used in conjunction with your tarpaulin. The eyelets of the tarpaulin sit on the top of that prong, and you make yourself a makeshift tent basically. There's enough there for one person plus kit. In a survival situation they're quite handy, and you can also use these, you know, for skewering, cooking, fire poking, etc. Multi-purpose, why not? So I carry two of those. So on the top, first out is a hygiene kit. The reason I keep this on the top isn't necessarily survival priorities, but you know, I also keep in this hygiene kit at the bottom here, I'll take it in the shed and give you a proper look round in a minute, a toiletry kit. So you know, when you've got to go, you've got to go, and there's nothing worse than having to turf everything out to get to your toiletry kit. So I'll take this in the shed and spill the guts and show you what I keep in there. Then bit of a brew kit, some simple meals, pasta shells, cup shots, some porridge oats, another packet of tissues there, spoon, some high energy drinks, etc. Just enough to see you through. Military poncho. You can, you know, use this in bad weather, keep yourself and your kit dry. You can offer this over yourself, like a walking tent basically, and your bag, your Bergen. But also, as you all know, you can tie the hood off and make an extra temporary shelter should you need to. So keep that on top. And here we have another little bag. Bear with me while I open this up. Little stuff bag. And inside you get more bags. I like to double bag everything, keep it watertight, and the bags are also useful for water carrying. So inside of here I've just got some bad weather kit basically. So I've got a shamog, a hat, a pair of gloves, a couple of pair of socks, some thermal thick wool ones for the winter, and just some general dry, in case you get your feet wet. You've got to keep your feet dry to stop trench foot setting in. So that's basically what's in there. Yep. And then I've got part of a water kit here. So I've got some water tablets in this bag, in this little box here, and I also have one of these little fellas, which I highly recommend anybody carrying, which is a water filter straw. Okay, so you've probably no doubt all seen these many times on the internet. try and get in there and just give you a quick whirl. No doubt you all know these. I always keep the syringe in there as well. So water purification straw, which allows you to go to pretty much any water source, take the end off, stick that directly into the water and drink through it. It kills 99.9% of waterborne bacteria, algae, parasites, etc. So well worth carrying, very light. The syringe, by the way, is used for when you're flushing the system out, so you take known clean water in there and purge it through, cleaning the straw after use. It's got loads and loads of uses, as in you can use it for, like it says here, 396 gallons, a shelf life of 5 years. So, you know, well worth carrying in my opinion. Another brew kit, more comprehensive. As you can see, it's all go-to stuff right at the top here. It's just like if you want to sit down for an hour, have a cup of tea, get a brew on, collect some water, and like I say, I'll show you the contents of this in a few minutes back in the shed. Then further down I come to my cook kit, my cookware, the sleeping kit, stoves, etc., which I'll cook to in the next part of this series. But for now I'm going to take this bag into the shed, spill the guts on this, because in my opinion, you know, if you're only out for a weekend you can minimise this, but I always carry my kit as if I do get stuck out, I've got the contingency to stay out for a long time without hopefully getting ill, keep myself clean, fresh, keep morale up, keep hygiene up, and keep all illness away. So I'll cut to the next part of the video. Stay tuned. Hello again. So we're inside the shed. I've got the hygiene kit here. Basically this is a pre-bought snug pack hold all. So it's got a couple of compartments, so let's bust this open and have a look. Double zip. It's got a nice little carry handle here that you can hang up, and you'll see why in a second. So when I open this up, immediately you can see there's a small detachable mirror that attaches with a bit of velcro. So supposedly a shaving mirror, but it's quite small for that, but would be ideal for signalling, you know, so it's again dual purpose. So that's just on the inside of the lid, so if you hang this up using the carry handle, you know, you've got yourself a workable mirror. And above that there's another zipper compartment, so let's open that up and have a look in here. So in here I've got some rubbish bags, basically garbage bags as you American guys call them, bin bags. Now the reason I carry these in here is because whatever I take in with me I take out with me. It's as simple as that. I don't leave any rubbish at all when I'm out in the field, and I sincerely hope everybody else does the same. You know, I hate going somewhere and finding litter, so always carry rubbish bags with you. And also these have multiple uses in an emergency survival situation. You can actually make temporary shelters out of them. You can stuff them full of vegetation for extra insulation. You can collect water with them. You can put them over your boots before you go through anything that's wet, marshy or muddy. It all helps, you know, it's all extra little bits of kit that, you know, everything should have 2 uses or more in my opinion. So that's the bags, that's why I keep them in there. I've got another pair of nail clipping scissors, or nail scissors, self-explanatory. And then a better mirror, excuse me, for shaving, you know, or signalling again. So that's that little pouch. Now into the main compartment we have at the bottom of the lid, as you can see, a few razors, you know, just normal Bic razors, because although at home you can see I let myself get bearded and scruffy, if you're out in the wild, especially for long periods of time, you want to keep that to a minimum, because, you know, whilst your big beard might look cool and all the rest of it, and, you know, badass and special forces and all that, you harbour ticks, fleas, parasites, food debris, which can all cause infection, bites, and lead into illness. So keep yourself clean, shaven, and tidy, you know. So that's why I keep them in there. Then moving on again, I know this is repeating myself, but another snap light, so I can do all this as best as I can in the dark. So we have some flannels, some face flannels, one for soaping up, one for drying off. Toothbrush and toothpaste. Yeah, okay, I know we're all bushcrafters and survivalists, and yeah, you can chew on some willow bark and all the rest of it, but you know, this is part bushcraft, part survival, so if you can carry it, why not? Keep your teeth clean, keep your mouth fresh. Small bags. Now this is a bit of an offshoot, but I've got here some old camo paint. So if you're hunting, etc., you want to black your face out, or for whatever reason you may need to do so, some camo paint. And I've got some alcohol wipes, because these alcohol wipes are dead effective for taking said camo cream off. Now in the next little pocket, some soap, some good strong soap. Keep yourself clean. Small bags. In this corner pouch, I don't know if this will pick up, I've got some pegs, clothes pegs, because there's nothing worse than being out absolutely wringing wet through. You may have a guy line or guy lines from your tent, your basher, whatever, or even just make one, you know, from a bush or a tree, and your clothes are wet through. Rather than fashioning some out of wood and sticks, you know, carry some pegs, dry your clothing out, dead easy. Simples. I think that's about it in here. Yep, that's about it in there. So I've got enough there to wash, clean my teeth, your pits and bits, as the old saying goes. Keep yourself hygienic. And then at the bottom, I've got, I don't have to go into this, you know, it's a bit graphic as it were, but toilet rolls with cardboard centres taken out, squashed and compressed in a dry bag. And a couple of packets of, you know, like the toiletry baby wipes. This one's made by Dettol because it's, you know, antibacterial. So these are also handy to have around the campfire for when you've been preparing food. Wipe your hands thoroughly. I've also got, it's missing at the moment, it's probably in one of my jackets, some hand sanitizer, which is also good for lighting fires, which I should keep in here. I normally do. So some of those, and that basically concludes the hygiene kit. There's enough in there to keep you healthy, you know, and fresh. And if you have had a couple of days out, there's nothing nicer than having a good wash, good clean up, good shave, make yourself feel fresh and good. It's good for morale, gives you that little extra mental boost to carry on and continue surviving or continue your journey. So that's it for this little episode. Join me next time for the next one, where I go into the cook kit, you know, my canteens, stoves and sleeping quarters, etc. Last in the series, I guess, will be the distress signal kit. So until next time, thank you all very much for watching as always. Have a good weekend. Mad Dog signing off. Yeah!